Early intervention refers to family-centered developmental supports and services that help caregivers enhance their children's development and overall well-being.
All of our brains work differently. We've just got to figure out how to work with everybody's brains.
Brain development is an order-dependent process like the construction of a house. Construction begins before birth. The pace of construction rapidly increases during the first few years of life when we lay the foundation for our future development, behavior, and overall well-being. A strong, level foundation increases the probability of positive outcomes, while a weak, uneven foundation increases the odds of later difficulties. The strength and stability of this foundation are influenced by the experiences we have or don't have during infancy and toddlerhood.
Early intervention is probably the most important thing that I can tell any parent that has a kid with disabilities. No matter the disability, a child between ages birth to 5 have such a huge rate of growth. And if they can get an early intervention from the get-go, that's when they can learn all of these foundational skills that they can build on as they get older.
Early interventions they're priceless.
Examples of early intervention supports and services include developmental screenings, physical therapy for infants who need support with sitting, crawling, or rolling by expected milestones, occupational therapies that help infants develop the ability to explore and interact with their surroundings, developmental therapies involving play and structured interaction in enriched educational environments, speech and language therapy that address pre-language skills like responding to gestures and supports early communication and understanding, coaching and educational support for parents and caregivers that help them develop strategies for enhancing their child's development at home. Just as a power grid is a network of electrical components such as generator stations, substations, transmission lines, and consumer access points that work together to send electricity from power plants to Mississippi's homes and businesses, our state's community resource grid delivers developmental supports and services through a network of agencies, institutions, and organizations. Unfortunately, in Mississippi, accessing this network is not always easy. Access points are clustered in some parts of the state and sparsely distributed in other parts of the state.
The challenge was that we could direct them to screeners. They could then be screened, but then where are they going to get the early intervention, the true early intervention? But I want us to come together and be able to provide those services in a way where children do have what they need in order to enter kindergarten.
To ensure that all children in Mississippi are prepared to reach their full potential and that Mississippi's communities can realize new possibilities, we must collect and analyze data to identify what's working and locate failures and malfunctions in our grid's infrastructure. We must then work together to make needed repairs and expansions so that the supports and opportunities that all children need to thrive flow evenly throughout the grid and all families are able to plug in and power up.
Really just bringing the people together who are passionate about early childhood, discovering what the challenges are in our community, and bringing the right people around the table to fill those gaps that we have recognized as a community as a whole.
Making sure that we're keeping the things that we're offering accessible, not only financially, but for them to get to it. Like the partnership that we have with Gulf Mist, where we partner with CTA, that's our local bus that runs around called Coast Transit Authority. But on Free Friday night every month, they go get those families and bring them here to the museum.
We had a health fair. It was called Let's Get Ready for Your Adventure. It was hosted at the Warren County Public Library. I have never seen so many resources in one room in my entire life. I think there were 32 different resources for the parents that came in. And then the side note that happened that really made me happy was with having the resources all in the same room, they were having conversations with each other and building relationships with each other, and that was allowing us to collaborate stronger as a state, and that was really neat to see.
I think we can do a better job at being more hands-on in that way, taking things out to the apartment complexes or to different neighborhoods and just popping up a tent, having a story time and reading with the kids and modeling the conversations and modeling the questions to ask the children after you read a story and just modeling the interactions you should have with your child daily.
Let's work with each other and let's build a stronger state as a whole. And I believe that we are doing that now. I think with patients in the next 5 years, you're going to see a different state. You're going to see a state where the entire state understands the importance of our babies and the importance of providing early intervention.